Are you ready? Are you ready for the thrill of victory? Are you ready to taste victory? Are you ready to take your sports betting to a whole new level? Sit up, put your feet on the floor, because we have work to do. Welcome to the grind. Welcome to Cappers Nation, your weekly all things sports betting show. Tune in live every Thursday at 8 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern. Let us make you a more successful sports bettor.
What's going on, everybody? Cappers Nation Live. Wednesday, the 4th edition. Welcome, 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 everybody. New day, new dollar, new look. Shane with the stash for cash. I absolutely love it. The stash for cash. We might have to keep it. So yes, it is true. We lost my game of the week. A giant, I don't want to say a giant, but a really nice chunk of change on that game. I also, the guys in the office said if you lose a game of the week on a Tuesday, you got to shave it off and you got to put on a stash. So here we are. Here we are. A little dirt on my upper lip, and Mike says, "Got to know what kind of bet did you lose to shave your face?" Well, if you lose a game of the week on before a Wednesday, you got to shave it off. And Kentucky fell apart on us, and they let me down. Delayed audio. Let me take a look. Shouldn't have delayed audio. Let me take a look. Delayed audio. Shouldn't have delayed. Anybody else getting delayed audio? Everything should be up and running real time. Shouldn't be any delayed on the audio to the video. If you do, try hitting the refresh button. And so I just did a quick little check. Just hit the refresh button, Aaron. But yeah, I lost my game of the week. You lose game of the week before a Wednesday. I mean, you should be able to go bury your head in the sand and not come back out. So, William not tuning in, didn't recognize me. Thanks, Will. It sucks. It sucks. Anytime you lose a big bet and you lose over 10, well, it doesn't matter if you lose $100, $50, or $100K, or $11K like me on it. It always sucks. Doesn't matter if it's $50 or, $11,000. It definitely hurts. Nonetheless, it always hurts. And I think the worst part about it is the guys in the office making me shave the beard. The beard was getting thick, though. The beard was definitely getting thick. Hold on 1 second, folks. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, folks. Almost done. Alrighty. Almost done. I just reading an email real quick, guys, and then we're going to jump right into it. We'll do a full recap of the crap from yesterday. And then the good for today. All right. And, we have a losing day, and we'll get the rest of it right off. It was definitely a tough game yesterday. Tough game to watch. Nonetheless, I watched I didn't watch the beginning of it. They were up 17, and I thought we were cruising 17 early in the second half, and thought we were absolutely cruising to success. And unfortunately, the bad happened, and not much you can do about that other than regroup, rebuild, and take it on the chin like a champ. Admit you messed up, and do it all again. Dondo 26 says, don't lose no more bets. No joke there. Can't lose any more bets. I'm definitely looking like a fool in the office. The beard gang is gone. The beard gang is gone. You just got me with the pervert stash now. Let me tell you, the wife doesn't like it. The wife doesn't like it. I'll be honest, it's been like 6-7 months since I've seen my face. It's been 6 or 7 months since I've seen this good-looking face, and felt good like that, but to have to trim it off and leave this sucker on it. At first, I had it down to here, and I was like, yeah, that looks real good. I could do that. It was all bushy, and one little slip-up with the electric razor. One little slip-up with the electric razor, and then it had to go a little higher, and then another little slip-up on this side. It had to go a little higher. So now it's, it's pretty minor. It's pretty minor. So, nonetheless, we're here. We're still proud, even though we lost yesterday. We're still proud, and we're definitely going to bounce back. Who dat, Bob? The king cake is on its way after somehow, I don't know who refused a delivery of it yesterday, but nonetheless, it's on its way back, and that sucker's going to be eaten today, so thank you. Definitely won't be in my beard, that's for sure. Daily free play yesterday. Golden State, Denver, over 216.5. We beat the closing line by 1.5, 2 points, and it still didn't matter. Denver putting up 100 against Golden State. Wow, that was a shocker. We dropped that one. Christopher Bear, good afternoon, Officer Johnson. It does kind of look like the officer look. So we'll take it. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Golden State getting the 16-point win over Denver last night on the road, holding the Nuggets to 100 points at home. That was a shocker. That really was. And we dropped that one. Cincinnati, nice win there. Free premium play. Mike Smith, Kyle, they thought the king cake was a suspicious package. They might have. They might have. Shane, did I bring a straw today? No, I figured we'll let it roll down the face this time. I don't know. I think I left my sunglasses in the Jeep, but yeah, Aaron, the 218.5 definitely moved high, and that one was a shocker that we didn't get it. And New Jersey, Vegas, where's our Jinx Edward? Where's our Jinx Edward at? Ed, where are you? I know you're out there watching, coming in saying every time I bet on Your guys' NHL, we end up having a losing day, but all the other ones you give out for free win. When I miss him, we win. He comes in. So we're going to blame it on him. We're going to blame it on him. And we're going to blame it on good old Ed. Just kidding, Ed. We're not blaming it on you. So we dropped that one. So free plays yesterday. Ended up having a losing day on free plays. 1 and 2. I think that was the first day we had losing free plays in over a week. Monday 2-0, Sunday 2-1, Saturday 2-1, Friday 2-0-1, Thursday 2-1. Wednesday was 1-1, but we won the free personal play, lost the small consensus play. Exact same thing on Tuesday, but it was we won the premium play, lost the small consensus play. And then same thing last Monday. 2 Sundays ago, we went 2-0. It was since Saturday the 22nd we had a losing day on free plays. So to say free plays have been good is an understatement. They've been doing pretty damn good. So we'll get that back on track today. Live leans from the show yesterday ended up going 6-3 overall. 3-2 from the morning show. 3-1 from the afternoon show. Unfortunately, one of those leans, Iowa, laying the juice. I ended up liking that one so much. I ended up turning it into a personal play, and wish I would have just kept it as a lean. Unfortunately, or stayed off of that suspect line, but nonetheless, dropped that one. That one ended up being a personal play, as well as Hartford, Maryland, just absolutely dumpster fire as of late. Need to stay off of them and need to learn my lesson and stick with my lessons learned. We did hammer home San Antonio, but we played them on the money line yesterday, minus $1.65, which ended up being enough to get us by. So that was a nice win there. So it dropped a little bit yesterday, but it's okay. We'll have the big bounce back today. Premium plays, Bucknell, Eastern Michigan, the Celtics. I don't know what happened in the Celtics game yesterday. That was just bad. That was just awful. And then Cincinnati laying 4 was the nice win yesterday. Cincinnati laying the 4 was the nice win yesterday. So it's okay. We'll have a nice big bounce back today. We'll have a nice big bounce back today for everybody. Give me 1 second, folks. Give me 1 second. I'm sending out our Cappers Nation show email reminder because it didn't get sent out. So I just saw that it didn't get sent out, so I'm sending it out. So if you get an email that we're live, disregard it. All that you need to know is that we're here right now. We're going to keep going live, so or still stay live. Give me 1 quick second here. Alrighty. So, I did not get in trouble yesterday. If in the evening show, I don't know, I forget who it was. I think it was Eddie Sports Money asked for the buy 1 month of premium plays, get 2 months of free premium plays to come back. And so I throw it up there, even though I don't have, say in the sales that we have. I have input, but I don't have necessarily say in what, the exact sales and specials that the company's going to do. But we threw it up there anyways, and they haven't taken it down. It's still up there. But we're gonna have a little more fun. We're gonna have a little more fun with that. This is the unadvertised advertising, and we'll see if we can't push a little buttons today. Buy 3 days of premium plays, or buy 3 days of my personal plays today and today only, and I will personally double it, and you'll end up with 6. By 3 days of premiums, you'll get 6. By 3 days of my personals, and you'll get 6. So it won't say that on the website. It's just going to say the 3 days. But it's up. I will make sure everybody gets doubled. So we're going to see if we can't push a few buttons today and have some extra fun with it. So buy 3, get 3. Or buy a month of premium plays, get 3 months of premium plays. And as an added bonus, for a 1 day only, anybody who buys a year membership, any of the 1-year memberships will double it. We will double it. You got to remember, I'm in the West Phoenix office, so they're in the Vegas office. They're probably not even paying attention to what we're doing live. So by a year, we'll double it to 2. By a month, we'll triple it to 3 months. You end up with 2 months free, or buy 3 days and get 3 free. Jesse, do I have a record? Yes, we do keep a record of all of our plays, dating back to, oh God, I don't know how many years. But yeah, we have a record of every single one of our plays. Like, I can just quickly tell you, on Monday, January 13th, premium plays went 2-1. With the over in the Indiana Pacers game, North Carolina A&T, and Oklahoma City were the 3 premium plays. But yes, we keep a record. And if you were on board, you would have known what we had. Alrighty. So what we're going to do today, busy board today. Busy board today. Alrighty, let's see something real quick. I mean, I'm still waiting for Jesse to sign up. I don't have a tallied record in front of me. I just have the individual records. But as far as Jesse signing up, I've been hearing this for years, from when he got ripped off by the clown. But one day you will. One day you will. One day you'll come over to the dark side, to the right side, and you'll see the Capper's Direct difference. All right, so what we're going to do now, I think it's time to break down some games, get those quality breakdowns and leans out there for all of you. I know there was a couple, yes, you have tried FC's UFC. You have never been on premium plays or my personal plays. Not once. But yes, you are correct. You have tried the UFC. No doubt about it. And FC is very appreciative of all his clients. No doubt about it. He appreciates every single one of them that have stuck with him through the thick and the thin. Alrighty, so a lot of games to break down today. However, we know we're not going to get through all of them, but we're definitely going to try to get through as many as we can. For everybody that doesn't know, premium plays are not out yet. Premium plays are not out yet. My personal plays are not out yet. NHL is not posted yet, but it will be soon. As soon as we're done on the live show, I do have a conference call. We'll finish up all of that stuff, and then they'll get posted on the website. Silas Colvin, damn, is that you, Kyle? It is. I lost a bet, unfortunately. I lost a bet. Mike Smith says, Jesse, that's like asking someone which of their kids do they like better. They both have their reason, or they both have their place. Mine have been a little more consistent the last month. Premium plays have been they had a real bad losing streak in February. And then they've just, or January, and then they've just been floating. But they're primed and locked and loaded for a big run, that's for sure. They're definitely overdue for a big run. Jack Olson says, let's get it, Kyle. We're definitely going to. Thank you for tuning in. Alrighty, so we're just going to start breaking down some plays, all right? Going to start breaking down some plays. Thank you, Garrett, for loving the mustache. You lose your game of the week on a Tuesday, you got to shave the beard off. Got to shave the beard off. All right, we're going to touch the Villanova. We're going to reach out and we're going to touch the Villanova and Seton Hall game, guys, 8:30 Eastern time on Fox Sports 1 there at the Prudential Center. Reach out and touch someone. All right, that's what we're going to do. Get our live odds updated and rolling. Speaking of live odds, if you want to have access to live real-time odds, just head to our website. You guys get your odds on Vegas Insider, Scores, and Odds, Odd Shark, Don Best, Scores mobile app, etc., etc., etc. Stop using delayed odds. Start using real-time 15-second delayed from when they changed it in the sports book to when it's changed on our website. It's 100% free. The more that use it, the more and longer they'll keep it there for free. So make sure you guys use it. And I'm telling you, it's best to have updated odds anyways for when you're trying to make a play. Nothing like thinking that you're going to go and get a line -4 and you get there and it's -5.5 already because you're 15, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, or even an hour delayed. So you want free live odds, just head to our website, cappersdirect.com, click on the odds tab, and you'll have it there. So, gonna jump around here. We're gonna take a look at that very first one for everybody. If you're looking for the start time or the game number on that one, it's an 8:30 Eastern time game. It's game 781, 782. And, oh, Shane, Chase is tomorrow. I screwed up. Chase is Thursday. Chase is Thursday. I know I told everybody yesterday Chase was coming on today. Chase is tomorrow. Chase is tomorrow. Chase will be on the show tomorrow to talk NASCAR and all that good stuff. Alrighty, so let's have some fun. Let's do what we do best. Amaris, nope, haven't missed any breakdowns yet. What's going on, Jeff? We're definitely going to start doing some breakdowns right now. This is when we're getting into the thick of things. As you can tell, the thick stuff is gone. The thick stuff is gone. The stack of cash went out the window on Kentucky yesterday. A little bit of my soul did, my heart, and the pride from having to shave off the beard and wear a stash for the day. Will the stash be there tomorrow? Don't know. I might. My wife thinks it's hideous. My daughter looked at me and laughed, and she's only 4. And the dog ran away from me. So, we'll see. If the king cake gets delivered today, then maybe I'll keep it. Thank you to Who Dat Bob for sending my wife, my little one, and I a king cake from Mardi Gras. Should be here a little bit later today. And much appreciated. And we actually timed it right with the trip and which office to send it to. Because I'll be down here in the West Phoenix location for the rest of the week. Having some fun. Get to go by the the new property tomorrow and do a frame walkthrough with the superintendent. That's always fun. We'll definitely do that, Robert. Most doubt about it. Brian says king cakes are the bomb. You know, I've never had one. Michael Colburn. Get to some picks. How about you go to SBR, okay? They'll give you both sides of the game 3-4 different times, jackass, all right? So see you later. I'm going to remove you because, no offense to all the ladies in the room, cover your ears. You're a douchebag. You don't like what we talk here? Go somewhere else. So give me a thumbs down and then sit on it, okay? Have a great day. Oh, my mama. Ooh, tough kid, huh? Tough kid. What are you, 12? What are you, 12? Jesse, you almost tried. Or no, it didn't go through, or it did go through. If you have issues, let me know. I see you're signing up for the my personal plays. I got an alert. Sometimes. Jeff says, Michael, you don't know how this works. This is more than gambling. Don Doe says, kick rocks. Most definitely Titus. He already gone. We already hit the boot button. Matter of fact, I should probably make some of you guys moderators. Oh, Kathy, I was told to give you a hard time today. About a bet from Saturday. $50 on a 20-1. But it happens to the best of us. We've all forget to put in the 20-1 winner. Give me one quick second, folks. Just need to check on something real quick. Okay, I'm back. You know, I was going to tell him that if he wasn't fishing, it definitely wouldn't have happened. Thank you, John. I appreciate it. And yeah, you know, Jeff said, if you don't know how this works, this is more than just a gambling show, sports betting show. You see the barbershop pole right here? Or is it over here? It's over here. One of these sides. We talk about everything. The beard. Ding Dong. Whatever his name was. I don't even remember what his name was. But nonetheless, we're here. We're having fun. We're having fun. Titus says Bozo probably. Nick Hubbs, what's going on? Coriel in the house. Brian says it's a journey and some people don't get it. Dana says, Kyle, you are awesome. We will bounce back. You normally get 70%, and the show is great. If we bought the Kentucky game last night, will you get an email for the free one once your next... yes. It doesn't matter if my game of the week will be at full price at $100 or if I keep it at $50. The next one is on me. It'll automatically get credited back to your account, Dana, and everybody else that bought it. You know, I do appreciate everybody that jumped on board, and it sucks that we lost that one. Big time. Big time. It sucks that we lost that one. And but no, we'll take care of you and we'll get you on board. The next one that I have, and we'll also email you. It'll get posted and you just log back into your account and you get it. But I appreciate the kind words as well. Jessica Bruce says, first time here, excited. Thank you for joining us. If you're new to the YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button right down below. You know, a lot of people ask, well, just break down the games. Give me free plays. Give me free plays. Give me free plays. You know, we do more than just the free plays. We do all the breakdowns, and we talk about everything. From Mauricio, no Hail Hitler. No Hail Hitler. Can't do that one. There's a little more than that. It's down to here. You just can't see it because it's dirty. It's dirty. It's down to here. It's not up to here. It's down to here. It's just looking dirty. You lose a bet, you got to shave the beard off. But, you know, we ramble on and on and on about all different subjects. Sometimes we're talking hunting. Sometimes we're talking fishing, travel, life, the games. But eventually we cycle right back to the sports betting side, and we hammer home the games. Dane says, awesome, man. I think I'm doing the 3-day premiums too. If you do it today, I announced a little bit ago, buy 3 days, get 3 days free. It doesn't matter. Premium plays are my personal plays. They're the little unwritten sales we're doing for the live show. Buy 3 days, get 3 days free. Buy a month, get 2 months free of premium plays. Or buy a year, get that second year free. Gary, you know what? I forgot, but just go right here. Here's the link to it right there in the live chat. masfsupplements.com. Oh, Nick, don't be sorry. I just have to technically keep it for a day. Titus says just edge it some, it'll be fine. Yeah, you know, I thought about edging a little bit more, and that's how it started. It was actually really nice. Down to here yesterday, and then I started edging a little bit, and I got a little too high and a little too high over here. And next thing you know, now it's short. Now it's short and ugly. And but back to next question. I only have to technically keep it for today. Once I go home, I can shave it. But I got to tell you, my wife says I look hideous, which kind of makes me want to keep it. My little one laughed at me. My 4-year-old laughed at me. When I asked her where Daddy's beard went, she laughed at me. And then went to go play. And then the dog ran away. I called him up and he ran away. So as hideous as it is, I'm thinking about keeping it. You know, I'm thinking about keeping it, turning it into something good. You know, maybe we'll have a special stash play of the day where we're stashing cash. Exactly, Greg. And that was definitely the flip side. That was definitely the flip side. So, you know, luckily I don't have to pick my 4-year-old up from school today because she'd probably run away from me too. Yeah, the dog ran in the other room. Dog ran in the other room. You know, and it's a tough thing. It's tough when that one happens. All right, guys, let's get to the game day breakdowns. That way we don't piss off anybody else here. Game 781, 782, Skip S. All barbers have a mustache. You have to keep it with the barber pole. That is probably pretty awesome right there. We'll see. Maybe we'll keep it. Maybe we'll keep it. We'll see. Grow it a little bit. Well, we'll see. I mean, it is March Madness, right? Let the madness begin. Stash looks very distinguished. Thank you. I appreciate it. Villanova coming in as a 4.5-point dog was the opening number. Seton Hall at home laying 4.5. That line quickly jumped a point to 3.5, guys. Villanova now only catching 3.5 on the road. Total opened up at 140.5. You can still find 140.5 or 140. Thank you, LaGraza. I appreciate it. Depending on where you're looking and where you're shopping, you're going to find anywhere from over and under 140 to over and under 140.5. Taking a look, guys, Villanova 22-7 for Jay Wright and his Wildcats. And in the Big East Conference play, they're 11-5 on the year, coming off a home loss to Providence where they lost by 4 on Saturday, guys. Danny D-Rock, what's going on? Pat, what's going on? Didn't give out a free play. Keith Davis, what's going on? Appreciate that. Yep, we're going to have Chase on tomorrow afternoon. definitely, when we sweep the board today, if we have a winning day, I'll keep the stash. All right, so I guess we're keeping the stash. But back to Villanova, guys. Before their loss on Saturday to Providence, excuse me, they had 5 wins, including a win over DePaul, Xavier, St. John's, Temple, and Marquette. They get Seton Hall today, guys, a team that they already lost to on their own home court. They lost 70-64. Here they are. They're going to travel on the road. And the first thing that you have to do is take into consideration first, how are they doing now? Because I preach this all the time. In college hoops, it's not about what you did in the month of January when you're in the month of March. It's not about what you were doing in the month of December or in the end of November when you first got started. All right, it's not how the first half of your conference play went. It's what you're doing now for me. All right, they've won 5 out of their last 6. They did suffer that home loss. However, on the road, they've won 3 straight road games, beating Xavier, DePaul, and Temple, all on the road. Before that, they had a road loss to Butler where they lost by 3, 79-76. They had a road win against Providence, a road win against Creighton. They did lose to Marquette on the road, a road win against St. Joseph's, and then a couple neutral site victories over Mississippi State and Middle Tennessee. So they do have the capability to win on the road. Villanova has shown that Jay Wright and his program can definitely win and win big games on the road as well. Their road losses are a lot less than their road wins, okay? What do they got? 3 road losses. Ohio State in the beginning of the year on their second game of the year. They lost to Marquette, and they also lost to Butler. Danny D-Rock says, hey, Kyle, hope you don't go on a cooler and have to manscape. Edward says, thought the stash was a lost bet or something. Makes us look like a cop. Makes you look like a cop, brother. That's exactly what Christopher said. And, yeah, you lose the bet, and now you got to shave the beard. So welcome to Cap Nation with Officer Johnson, right? No officer here, but respect to all of them out there. To all the brothers in blue. Thanks, Pat. I appreciate that for coming over here. We love Chase, and he's going to come join us tomorrow. He's going to come join us around this time tomorrow. Taking a look at Seton Hall, Villanova's opponent today. They're 21-7 for the Pirates, guys. Kevin Willard in his Big East Conference play, 13-3. All right, they've won 3 straight, beating Butler, St. John's, and Marquette. They just beat Marquette by 9 on the road. They've won their last 2 home games against St. John's and Butler. They did lose to Creighton at home and Xavier at home, so they're 2-2 out of their last 4 games at home. Other than that, they only had 1 other home loss back on November 14th, losing to Michigan State in a home game. Other than that, guys, playing at the Prudential Center has proven worthy for them with a 3.4 home court advantage, which makes it the 120th toughest place to play. Not a big home court advantage, but you're going to give a point and a half for the fact that they are playing at home. The Prudential Center holds 10,481 screaming fans, and with the opening number being 4.5, you take away the point and a half advantage for playing at home. If this was a neutral site game, Seton Hall would be laying 3 in a neutral site game. Jeff says, you look like the high school PE coach that used to wear the tight bike shorts. Get yourself a whistle. I think I missed my calling. I'm going to have to go and become a PE teacher. So, love it, Jeff. Love it. So, taking a look a little more in depth at these 2 programs, side-by-side comparison, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at conference play numbers, because conference play numbers are more in the line of what we're doing now. If we take a look at the all-year numbers, I mean, no offense, but, you know, what Villanova did between December 1st and December 30th, not losing a game, was great, all right? That was great. They had 6 wins in the month of December, but how they shot and how they shot lights out in the month of December didn't really matter. All right, doesn't matter now, to say the least. Paul Blart, Mall Cop, love it. But taking a look at both programs, first of all, let's take a look at their offenses. Okay, let's take a look at the offensive side of things, because Seton Hall has a top-notch defense, especially in the Big East Conference. Super Troopers. No Reno 911 with some short brown shorts. Take a look at Villanova. They're hitting 49.6% from the field. A super low 14.7 turnover rate. Extremely low. Second in the Big East, all right, at not committing turnovers. However, their offensive rebounding numbers are extremely low. 23.6% of all their rebounds are offensive rebounds, okay? They're hitting 33.7% of all their three-point plays, 48.7% of their two-point plays. However, the Wildcats are an exceptional free throw shooting team at 76.2%. All right, you guys are cracking me up. Robert says, Coburn says, we better stop talking beards, guys. Yeah, be careful talking beards. The one guy going to get pissed off. Oh, wait, we already gave him the boot. We already kicked him out. Kyle says, you look like you should be pitching for the Yankees in 1974. I love it. I love it. Danny D-Rock says, Officer Dangle. You know, the haircut came with a donut and a cup of coffee. All right, if we have a winning day today, I will keep the stash for tomorrow. And against better judgment in my diet, I will show up. Wait, hold on. I got a coffee already. I broke the diet. I knew the king cake from Who Dat Bob was coming today. But I will keep it, and I will show up tomorrow with a donut with sprinkles, because sprinkles are for winners, and a coffee. It's a promise. That is a promise. All right, so with that being said, let's continue on with this breakdown. Take a look at Seton Hall, guys, hitting 51.5% from the field, 32% from out deep. Offensive rebounding, 28.9 on the low side, but still much better than what we see from the Wildcats. Turnovers, a much higher, 18.6%, but still below the Division I average. Taking a look at their shooting, 32% of three-point plays. Number one in the Big East at converting their two-point plays at 53.9%. And a quality free throw shooting team at 74.3%. Two-foul participation, Seton Hall in at 19.9%, round up and say 20. 23.5% for Villanova, height advantage, none, nip, zip, zilch. I almost said vanilla. Villanova, 19.6% playing time by bench personnel. Low number there. 33% of the time, Seton Hall will go to the bench for minutes played by bench personnel. Bench personnel as well. I can't talk today. Must be the lack of beard. But anyways, as far as this one goes, with the way upsets have been going, obviously Villanova's been playing great. They squeaked a home win over Marquette. That was a close one. They smashed Temple on the road. They smashed DePaul on the road. They beat Xavier by 9 on the road. They beat St. John's by 9 at home. I definitely feel that they can keep it a close game. Seton Hall has been playing great. Losing to Creighton and Providence. Both teams also lost to Villanova. Get back game for Villanova. After this, Villanova will also be on the road against Georgetown. I think this one's going to be a close game. I think this one's going to be decided by a couple points. Seton Hall may come away with the home victory. But as much as I want to lean Seton Hall, I like what Villanova's been doing lately, especially on the road. So I do lean towards Villanova plus the 3.5. I liked it a little bit better when it was 4.5. But I think some other people are siding with Villanova on the road as well, based on what they're doing now. The only thing that I don't like about Villanova, well, one of the things is their poor offensive numbers. However, their defense, quality defense, this is the number 1 and number 2 defense going at it today in the Big East. Villanova with the number 1. All right, they're holding teams to 46.5% shooting, 31% from out deep, 46% of all their 2-point plays, creating or holding opposing teams to just a 23.4% offensive rebounds. They're number 1 at limiting offensive rebounds. Turnovers, not the highest that I would like to see. But as far as this one goes, just as of right now, as far as a lean goes, William, don't let the stash cloud your judgment. As far as the lean goes on this one, I do lean towards Villanova plus the 3.5. As far as the total on this one, with the total being at 140, I think the number's correct. I think the number's correct. Randy C. So as far as the number being correct, I think we would get right around 140. So to me, the total is a stay away. For me, the total is a stay away. Randy C. says, you know who it is, Kyle. Bro, you done knocked off about 10 years off your life. This must be an old video. Definitely. Wait till I get a haircut later today. It's going to go from 10 years to 12 or 14 years when we... I mean, it's probably the length of a 1 right now. And when we go down to a 0A, it'll be looking even younger. Alrighty. Aaron says donuts. Jeff says, and a whistle. I'll see if I can find a whistle for tomorrow as well. Edward says he probably messed up the beard and had to do it. It happens to me every time I play barber. I'm not the best at trimming it. That's why I just let it go. And, I trim it. I keep it short. Try to keep it short. But, no, it was a bet. Bet it with the guys here that if we actually, it's actually not even really a bet. It's just it's just a rule we have. You lose a game of the week on a Tuesday or a Monday, you got to shave it off, and you got to put on what the guys in the office want. They know I look ridiculous with a stash, so be it. Here we are. They got to choose. The bad thing is I had to send progress pictures, and they told me, nope, a little shorter, so I tried trimming it up, and then I screwed it up. It was actually looking pretty good yesterday. It was looking pretty bushy. Magnum PI, there we go. It was on the line of a Magnum PI beer or a mustache, let me tell you. All right, so what we're going to do, since we're Michael Coburn-less today, because we had to give that ding-dong the boot, we're going to continue breaking down games. Any special requests? Now's the time, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. Premium plays, personal plays, nothing has been posted. Nothing is out yet. We still have a couple things. Couple things to go over before we put out our plays. So you're going to get unbiased opinion, and it don't matter what the game is. So if you guys got a game you want to request, let me know the game and the game number, and we'll take a look at it right now. Brian says, wow, first time here. And just on the first game info, you are very in-depth, and we'll definitely watch daily. Thanks, Brian. We definitely go in-depth in the breakdowns, and we try and give you guys the most unbiased breakdown that there is to be able to help you guys. And always go into in-depth in them. Thank you, Dana, for jumping on board the 3 days of premium plays. Yes, sir. They will credit the other 3 days. I will make sure that I do that because I announced it. I'll make sure that it gets done by me. So you'll end up with 6 days of premium plays. So for everybody that doesn't know, it's kind of like an unspoken rule. Not unspoken rule, but a little unspoken sale that's going on. By 3 days of premium plays, we will double it, make it 6. By 3 days of my personal plays, we'll double it, make it 6. By a month of premium plays, we'll give you 2 months free. So you end up with 3 months total. That one's on the website. And then the other one, by any 1 year package, and we will double it. to 2 years. Yeah, Luke Air Force Base is right down. I'm trying to get my wits because I'm not. I know the area because the in-laws live here, and we've got a rental property down the street, but I think it's down that way. Down, what is it called? Litchfield. I think it's right off of Litchfield, a couple miles away. Christopher Bear says he breaks down games, mustaches, and low-hanging in fruit. Absolutely. How about the Air Force Fresno game since it comes on soon? We can definitely take a look at that one. That's not a problem at all. And that one actually comes on at, what is it, 3 o'clock. So we'll take a look at we'll do the Air Force Fresno State game for you guys since that one's coming up. And then after that, we'll start bouncing around to these other games. Mauricio, the buy 3, get 3 is for today only. Buy 3, get 3 is for today only. They didn't even say I can do it. I just did it. The Steve Harvey mustache. There we go. And Nissan 21 says, is hockey package 1 to 2 games a day? Anywhere from 1 to 2, usually on average. Sometimes they'll have 3. I don't know what they're going to have today on it. I don't do the hockey. Sometimes I wish I had my hand in it, but then sometimes I don't. But no, for the NHL, I don't do any of that. I mean, I bet it, but I don't have anything to do with the game selection that they put out. Bang Bang Niner Gain in the house has a nice run with Cincinnati last night. Thank you. Kelvin says, Xavier, please, tall Danny DeVito Danny. We'll take a look at that one here in a little bit. All right, so we're going to take a look at the game coming up for you guys. That's going to be on here in an hour and 39 minutes. Air Force Fresno State. Aaron, you asked about Luke Air Force Base. Are you in the area? Maybe we need to do a little spring training thing with everybody here. Or do you come out this way? Because I know you're in Cali. I know that. Mauricio, it was a lean on Villanova plus the 3.5. Yeah, NHL hasn't been posted to my knowledge. I checked right before we went live to see if it was up because I like to keep track of the plays, and I did not see it yet. But then again, I haven't checked since we've been live, but I don't think it has been. All right, so we're going to take a look at the Air Force and Fresno State game coming up for everybody. Mountain West Conference Tournament. Good time to be in Vegas is with all the conference tournaments in town. Always a great time. Yeah, Nissan 21, the March Madness package is definitely a good deal. Ryan, you're never late to the party as long as you're here. Somebody got a big V8 out there rumbling. All right, let's take a look at this one, guys. Game 8-13, 8-14, Air Force Fresno State goes down in an hour and 37 minutes. Fresno State opening up as a 5.5-point favorite at the Thomas and Mack Center neutral site game. Air Force, guys, 5.5-point underdog. Total opened up at 142.5. It's down to 139.5 at 5 dimes. So Westgate, DraftKings at 140. The D at 140. Bovada Stations at 140. Caesars a low 139. BetDSI 139.5. Take a look at Air Force, guys. 11-19 for the Falcons out of Colorado Springs, Colorado. Here they are, guys. They've lost 3 out of their last 4. And believe it or not, they've lost 10 out of their last 12 games. Definitely Is it 10 out of the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Yep, 10 out of the last 12 games. Dumpster fire status for Air Force, guys, with their only wins. They did end the regular season on Saturday with a loss to Colorado State by 13. Other than that, their last 2 wins came on the 26th and the 15th of February against San Jose State and New Mexico. They had that big stretch for a whole month where they did not win a game. Edward says Air Force sucks, just saying. They have like 3 crazy wins against Boise and others. They do have some impressive wins. They beat Texas State. They beat Wyoming. They beat Utah State and Boise State as well. And they didn't just beat Utah State. They smashed them by 19. They beat Boise State as well. But then again, I'm going to be honest with you guys. When you take a look at home court advantages, their wins came at home. It's a very tough. They do have a road win against Wyoming and Army. Other than that, all their wins came at home. Playing at the Clune Arena, guys, the home court advantage is sick when they play at home. The home court advantage is absolutely insane for Air Force. A lot of it has to do with elevation. It's the second highest elevation of all the places that you can play at 7,000 feet above sea level. So the elevation is a huge, huge, huge factor. The only one that's higher is Wyoming at 7,200. So, that's definitely, a big factor in their in their wins and those impressive wins. Anything away from their home court, they have definitely struggled with. Okay. Lydell Taylor, Kentucky definitely hurt, especially being up 17 late or early in the second half, up 17 and rolling. To lose that game is insane. Taking a look at Fresno State, guys, another program, 11-18. Justin Hudson and his Bulldogs, guys, are 7-11 in conference play. They've won 2 out of their last 3 games. They beat Air Force at home. They beat Wyoming at home. This is a team they already beat by 11, all right? They've beat them twice this year. They beat them 79-68 on Air Force's home court. They beat them on their own home court at the Save Mart Center, 71-62. And now they get them at the Thomas and Mack Center here in Vegas, guys, home of the UNLV Running Rebels. And should be a good game. Should definitely be a good game. Good afternoon, Mr. Blevins. Keith Davis says, everyone hit the thumbs up button. We definitely appreciate it when you do hit that thumbs up button. It definitely helps get our video trending in the right direction. That is for sure. That is for sure. But taking a look at the side-by-side comparison and just taking a look at conference numbers for both teams. Air Force, 50.4% from the field, 34.8% from out deep, convert 49.1% of all their 2-point plays, every jump shot, layup, and dunk, and a poor 68.5% free throw shooting. Their turnover percentage is is pretty decent. It's actually below the Division I average of 19%, coming in at 17.8% turnover mark when they're on offense. Taking a look at their offensive rebounding capabilities, 24% of all their rebounds are offensive rebounds. That is a low number. 28% is Division I average. Taking a look at Fresno State, guys, 49% from the field shooting, 33.4% from out deep. They convert just under 48% of all their 2-point plays, 72% free throw shooting. A decent free throw shooting team. Take a look at their offensive rebounds, 29%, right above the Division I average. The 3rd best offensive rebounding team in the Mountain West Conference. Turnover rate, 18.1%. Not a big number there. But both of these teams lack creating turnovers on defense. Air Force's defense is creating a turnover just 15.7% of the time. Even less than that for Fresno State. At 14.8%. But where Fresno State excels on defense is those 2-point plays. Okay, first of all, they're holding teams to 46.1% shooting of all their jump shots, layups, and dunks in the Mountain West Conference. That's number 1. Okay, unfortunately for Air Force, they're not the best 3-ball shooting team, and they already struggle converting their 2-point plays. So They're going to be going up against a tall task in a Fresno State defense that's been holding teams to 46.1% shooting. Two-foul participation, there's definitely an edge for Air Force. Air Force is in it 11% of the time, 27.8% for Fresno State. Height advantage, no real height advantage. Fresno State going to the bench for 34% of their playing time, 28% for Air Force. Point distribution, Fresno State's going to rely on the three ball a little bit more, to the tune of 40% of their total points will come from out deep, just under 36% for Air Force. Air Force relies on that two ball quite a bit for 46.5% of their total points will be of a 2-point kind, just under 18% from the charity stripe, whereas Fresno State's coming in at 19% from the charity stripe. As far as this one goes, I'm gonna take a lean on the team that's already beat them twice. I know it's hard to beat a team 2 times in a year. It's even tougher to beat them a third time. But I think in the first round of this Mountain West Conference, I think Air Force stumbles. I think Fresno State gets the win and covers the 5.5. So that's just an early lean for the game that's going to go down here in an hour and a half. So a lean on Fresno State laying the 5.5. As far as the total goes, the total being 139.5. I think the total's a tad bit on the low side. I think the total's just a tad bit on the low side. However, their last meeting stayed under the total, ended up being 133. But I think this one creeps over 139.5. I don't think it creeps over by much. 3-4 points, maybe 5. But I think it gets there. So I do lean towards the over 139.5 as well. If you are new to our channel, take 1 second out of your day, hit that subscribe button right down below. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way you get notified each and every single time we drop content. You will be notified. Don't forget, folks, we go live 2 times a day. We'll be live again at 5 p.m. Eastern time. Don't worry, we're not going anywhere. This show ain't done yet. Can't get rid of me that easy. All right, you can't get rid of me that easy. But just a reminder, we will be live again. And don't forget, we've got our little sale rolling on. Buy 3 days of premium plays, get 3 days free. Buy 3 days of my personal plays, get 3 days free. Buy a month of premium plays, get 2 months free, and buy a year, and we will double it. All right. We're just going to start going down the list. I'm going to start trying to hit some marquee matchups, and we'll roll from there. We're going to take a look at Dayton and Rhode Island. Dayton, Rhode Island next. 9 p.m. Eastern time. Edward says, I personally, just my opinion, probably Fresno first half, Air Force live. Full game spread at the half. Not sure I play either, LOL. No matter what you bet, I wish everybody luck. Always want everybody to win. Unless you're betting against us. No offense. But then I hope we win. But again, I don't have $1 on that game, and this will not be one of the games that I'm betting. Danny D-Rock says, Kyle Chase said, yo, we're going to get out consensus plays tomorrow for a week free. It's news to me. I don't know what we're going to give. We're going to do something, though. We're going to do something. All right, guys, taking a look at this one. Dayton and Rhode Island. If you're looking for this, it's 9 p.m. Eastern time on the CBS Sports Network. There it is. Game 793. 794. Robert Allen says, try to make $1 on either Fresno or Air Force. It's scary. But hey, that's all you got on. You may just have to. You know, you can always pass on a game. There's no shame in passing. No shame at all in passing. However, I think Fresno State's the play. My personal opinion. I think Fresno State's the play. William says, if you get a chance, how about game 761, 762? Definitely. Definitely we'll do that one for you, William. Send me a reminder here in a little bit. And I will definitely do that one. Hold on one quick second, folks. Just got to do something real quick. Got to send a quick message, and then I'll be back breaking down the Dayton, Rhode Island game. And then we'll do that Florida-Georgia game. We could also do the Florida State-Notre Dame game as well. We'll try and have some fun today. Give me one quick second, folks. I keep looking, Bobby, if you're watching, I keep looking for the FedEx man because I'm not missing the king cake delivery today. I splurged. I had a coffee knowing that there was going to be a king's cake at one point here. Robert says, yeah, Fresno should be it. Edward says, sometimes the best win is just the pass and play games you like. I agree. The better team doesn't always win. That is correct. We saw that last night. We definitely saw that last night. Stack up. I hope we have a guaranteed game of the week Friday. Kyle, crazy yesterday. We had it, Kyle. I bet it 3 times yesterday, real big. It always sucks to lose one, brother, especially when you're up 17 at the half. When you're up 17, or excuse me, 17 late, not late, but early in the second half, and you end up losing the game, it always sucks. But as far as a game of the week, I had my game of the week, so I don't anticipate another one. That would be 2 games of the weeks in 1 week, and I don't think that would be right. I mean, but obviously if I have something that's big enough to move on, we might. But other than that, I think we'll have to wait for my game of the week, unfortunately. But yeah, it definitely sucks to lose when you're up 17 in the second half. Alrighty, so I'm going to touch on the next one, Dayton and Rhode Island. Dayton and Rhode Island, guys, if you're looking for the game number, it's game 793, 794. And it should definitely be a good game. Dayton opened up as a 4-point road favorite, 4-point road favorite to Rhode Island. Catching 4 at home. Total is at 146. Where it sits currently, guys, the Flyers of Dayton, 27-2. 27-2. They've lost 2 games against Kansas and Colorado, both overtime games. Their last loss came on December 21st against Colorado, a neutral site game Here they are going up against Rhode Island, guys. They've already beat them 81-67 at home. Here they are on the road. They've played exceptional road and away. Their only 2 losses were neutral site games. Anthony Grant and his Flyers have been absolutely flying high, looking to end conference play there in the Atlantic 10 Conference on a perfect note. They need to beat Rhode Island today and George Washington on Saturday. Taking a look at Rhode Island, guys, 20-8 for the Rams. David Cox has his Atlantic 10 Conference program, 12-4 on the year. They've lost 3 out of their last 5 games, losing to Dayton, Davidson, St. Louis. Their only wins coming on the 26th and the 15th against Fordham and St. Joseph's. Other than that, they were on a great little run from January 8th to February 8th. They went undefeated. They won 10 straight. They lost their first conference play game against Richmond on January 5th, and then they rattled off 10 straight conference wins. Davidson, VCU, St. Joseph's, LaSalle, Duquesne, St. Bonnie, George Mason, VCU again, Massachusetts, and George Washington. And then they've kind of petered out the what have you been doing now for me since the middle of February. It's win one, lose one, win one, lose one. And they just coming off a loss. So does it mean they're going to win and beat Dayton and upset Dayton today? We're going to find out. Probably not, but we're going to find out. The Dayton Flyers know they're definitely going to be in for a tall task. Randy, you're killing me. You're killing me. As far as this one goes, taking a look at Dayton, guys, you're going to see a lot of green in the numbers. A lot of green when it comes to offense. No doubt about it. Dayton hitting 58.5% from the field. That number is number 1 in the Atlantic 10 Conference, guys. They are number 1 in quite a few different categories. Not just shooting from the field, they're hitting 33.9% from out deep, which makes them the 4th best free throw shooting team. They're also the number 1 at converting their 2-point plays, 63.1%, 73.7% free throw shooting as well. Offensive rebounds, a little low, 25.3% turnover rate. It's below the Division I average, but it's still a tad bit high, 18.1%. Rhode Island, 47% shooting from the field, 32.5% from 3-point range, 46.5% of all their 2-point plays, and a dismal 69.3% from the charity stripe. Give me one quick second, folks. All right, hold on one second. Okay, we're ready to rock and roll. Other than the poor shooting of Rhode Island, their offensive rebounding is quality, 29.9%, the 4th best offensive rebounding team in the Atlantic 10 Conference. Their turnover rate is exceptionally low, 15.9, the 2nd best at the least amount of turnovers when on offense. However, flip the script. Let's not talk about offense anymore. Let's talk about defense. Rhode Island's defense is pretty good. Dayton's defense, it's pretty good. Rhode Island actually has the number 1 defense in the Atlantic 10 Conference based on adjusted efficiencies. Dayton coming in with the 3rd. As far as this one goes, Rhode Island holding teams to 46% shooting. Number 1 at defending the 3 ball, holding teams to 27.1% shooting from out deep, 49.4% shooting of all their 2-point plays, creating turnovers at the rate of 20.7%. Dayton and their defense. They may be number 3 overall, but they've got the number 1 best stat at shooting from the field, holding teams to 45% shooting, 31.5% from out deep, holding teams to 45% shooting of all their 2-point plays. 2 foul participation, Rhode Island in at 35.7%, 18.8 for Dayton, so there's a definite advantage for Dayton with Rhode Island in the 2 foul participation protocol so much. Height advantage, none. They both go to the bench for roughly 25% of the total minutes. Joe says the Wildcats had been 129-0 over the past 10 years when leading by double digits at home or at halftime. There was another stat there. They were 169-5, I think it was. 169-5 at home against an unranked team. Much different. Much different. But back to Dayton and Rhode Island, guys. As far as this one goes, when you're taking a look at the number, and guys, if you're looking for it, it's game 793, 794. When you're taking a look at the numbers on it, the Dayton laying 4, the money line on it, minus $1.80. I think they get the job done. I think they get the big win. They had a scare over Fordham. Rhode Island did. They barely beat them by 1. They lost to Davidson by 2. Taking a look at Dayton in their last couple games. Their close one was against George Mason. They won by 7. They beat VCU on the road by 5. Duquesne was a 10-point victory. Massachusetts was an 8-point victory. St. Louis was a 6-point victory at home. Duquesne on the road was a 4-point victory. They have a lot of close games. They have a lot of close games, which that part scares me, especially on the road. Now, if this line was like 3, 3.5, I'd probably be all over them, but I do like them laying the 4. I do like them laying the 4. However, not everybody's going to go out and lay $1.80 juice, but the money line seems a lot more attractive. Maybe you want to make a teaser and throw this in a teaser. But as far as that, I think they get the job done. I don't think they have a problem covering the 4. As far as the total goes on it, the total of... Where's the total on it? 146. Is a total of 146. I think it's priced right. No opinion on the total. You know, people say fade the public, bet with the sharps, whatever. It's all baloney. Either one of them can lose on any given day. I use that information to base on what time I'm going to bet. If I know certain people are going to push the line up and I want to bet the dog, I'm going to wait. I'll let them push the line even higher. If I think they're going to drive the line down by betting the other side, I'll wait and let them drive the line down. If we're taking a favorite and I think the public or the sharps are going to jump on it and push that line up, we'll bet it early. Just like the over. I mean, we ended up losing that game, but the over in the Golden State game yesterday was 216.5 when we put out that video. When we put out that video, the line on it was 216.5 and it closed at 218.5. We beat that line movement by 2 full points. Now, we ended up losing that game. It ended up being 216 points. But the fact that the Nuggets only scored 100 at home against Golden State was a little weird. A little odd, unorthodox. Should have went over. But it didn't, so, you know, you take it as a loss. But either way, we used that information to put out that game early so that way we can beat the closing line. So, you know, I'll use that, information to my advantage, especially when I'm betting myself personally. So, we're going to get another game day breakdown rolling. Next one is from my buddy William, requesting the Florida and Georgia game. 7 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPNU. If you're looking for this game, guys, game number 761, 762. Florida opening up as a 2.5-point favorite. It still sits there. Total on it opened up at 143.5. I see it up to 144. Robert Allen says, yeah, that's the only way to use that info, Kyle. Preach knowledge. It's 100%, truthful. People will get on there, and there's people that want to call themselves a sharp bettor. They make Twitter videos, yet they don't ever show you a ticket more than a $200 ticket. And there's nothing wrong with betting $200. But if you're a sharp bettor, you're probably betting more. And if you're a sharp bettor who has a clue, you're not going to consider yourself a sharp. I don't consider myself a sharp. I don't want to be associated with them or the public. I'm just going to use the information that's given to us to my advantage and to my knowledge. Brian, what's a sharp? A sharp is a self-imposed title by a douchebag. A self, or in people that get on there and call people square bettors because you bet the favorite. Oh, it was a square play. You got lucky. It was a square play. Please. Please. So yeah, 200 is not moving lines, as Edward said. You know, Big King BJ says, sharp is a bettor that makes money consistently betting against the public. No, that's incorrect. Technically, the definition of a sharp is somebody who beats the closing line consistently. A sharp is not somebody who bets against the public. That's not how they got their title. Technically, a sharp is somebody who beats the closing line of the sports book consistently. Amara says no such thing as a square play if it wins. I agree 100%. Edward says Kyle is a betting encyclopedia. But you have to ask yourself, who gives somebody the title of a sharp? Exactly. Especially one in the public eye. Especially one in the public eye. Armis says, the thing that you said, no such thing as a square play if it wins. You know, even if it loses, was it a square play? Who's to say that your handicapping wasn't correct to take a public bet or a dog or vice versa? You know, it's just self-imposed title by, you know, a bunch of douchebags. That's all it is. In a nutshell, that's all. At the end of the day, that's all it is. A self-imposed title to try and make themselves feel big and tall when they're probably not. What's my thoughts on a juice play? $100 bets to win 50. Juice only matters if you lose. Exactly, Edward. How many times do we hear that? Sometimes people will claim that they have the right info, yet claim this is a public favorite, yet it's not. Exactly. Juice only matters if you lose. I've laid some big juice. As long as it wins, it's all that matters. All right, so we're going to get back to the game day breakdowns. Florida and Georgia coming up next, with Florida laying 2.5 on the road against a Bulldogs team that's 15-14 on the year. They've won 3 out of their last 4 after losing 4 straight in the beginning of February, guys. Losing to Florida, Alabama, South Carolina, Texas. I did say Florida. They already lost to them on the road. 81-75. They lost to them by 6 on the road. Here they are at home, guys. They've won 3 out of their last 4, beating Auburn, Vandy, and Arkansas. Only loss coming in OT on the road out of their last 4 games, losing 94-90 to South Carolina. The home court advantage at the Stegman Coliseum, guys, holds 10,523 screaming Bulldogs fans. Is a 3.7. It makes it the 66th toughest place to play in all of Division I. So you're going to give a 2-point advantage for the fact that they're playing at home. So if this was a neutral site game, Florida would be laying 4.5 on the road. Taking a look at the Gators, guys, 18-11 on the year. They are 10-6 in the SEC conference play. Michael White and his program, they've lost 2 out of their last 3 games, losing to Kentucky and Tennessee. They did beat LSU by 15 at home. Before that, they had 3 straight victories, beating Arkansas, Vandy, and Texas A&M. And here they are on the road. Taking a look at what they've done on the road. They've lost 3 out of their last 4 road games, including 2 straight. They also lost to Mississippi State on the road. They beat Texas A&M on the road, Vandy on the road, South Carolina on the road. Other than that, that's their only home wins on the entire season. Or excuse me, away wins on the entire season. So this is a Gators team that has struggled from when they get away from the Exact Tech Arena, their home court, their home court advantage. When they get away from there, they've definitely struggled. They do have some, key wins on the road, especially in conference play, beating Texas A&M on the road. They beat Vandy on the road, South Carolina on the road. Other than that, it's been a struggle fest. So here they are as a favorite on the road when they lose more times than not. And you've got a Georgia team that's playing exceptionally well, rightfully so. That South Carolina loss, they should have 4 straight victories. They had an opportunity to win that game, and they didn't. Ended up losing by 4 in OT. So rightfully so, the Bulldogs should have 4 straight. Taking a look at how both teams are performing. First of all, we're going to take a look at conference play numbers because that's about what's been doing now, not all year long. All right, Florida coming in with the second best offense in the SEC. Georgia way down in the 8th department. Same thing with the defense. Georgia's defense definitely lacks. Florida hitting 53.8% from the field, number 1 in that stat. They're the number 1 3-ball team, shooting 37.6%. Georgia's defense is holding teams to 32% shooting from out deep. Florida hitting 52.3% of all their 2-point plays, every jump shot, layup, and dunk, and they are the number 7 free throw shooting team in the SEC at 75.2%. They hold turnovers under the Division I average at 18.6%. Offensive rebounds are at the 31 percentile, same percent as Georgia, who's also hitting 49.7% for the field. For the Bulldogs, turnover rate a high on the Georgia side at 20.2%. They're hitting 29.8% of all the 3 balls, a very lackluster 3-ball game from the Bulldogs. And considering they actually rely on the 3-ball for almost a third, 30% of their total points, is amazing considering they just haven't been dropping. They do convert 53.2% of their 2-point plays, every jump shot, layup, and dunk, number 1 in the SEC in that category. They're also a 73% free throw shooting team. They do participate in the 2-foul participation, which gives Florida a huge advantage with Georgia being in at 37% to the 5% of Florida. Height advantage, almost a full inch height advantage on average per player, coming from the taller team in the Florida Gators. Gators going to the bench for 25% of total minutes, 34% for Georgia. Skip says Florida, Georgia over 143.5. As far as this one goes, I like the home dog. I don't have any money on it. Not to say it won't be one of our plays later on. But I do think, first of all, Florida by far is the better team. They're the better coached team. I think Michael White's a better coach than Tom Crean every day of the week. I think Florida is the more talented team. They're just, and they've got 2 tough losses, losing to Kentucky and Tennessee. But they've struggled on the road. They get away from their Exact Tech Arena, and I don't know what happens. They definitely struggle on the road. Georgia has been playing great as of late, and I say that sparingly, as of late. The only reason I would lean towards Georgia plus the points here is of the way they've played in their last 4 games. They beat Arkansas, they beat Vandy, and they beat Auburn. They beat Auburn on their home court. They beat Arkansas on their home court. They beat Vandy on the road, and they lost to South Carolina in 4 in overtime on the road. But if this was a paper play, if you had to take it just by paper and you don't factor into what they've been doing lately, then obviously you would take Florida possibly on the money line. But as far as this one goes, the way I see it is either you got to take Florida on the money line or you got to take Georgia plus the points. I think Georgia plus the points is a smarter play. Maybe we end up losing this one, but I do think, which I won't feel bad one bit if we do, because I think it's the right play here for basic, on how teams are performing most recently, not, a month, 2 months, 3 months ago. So I do lean towards Georgia plus the 2.5. I do lean towards Georgia plus the 2.5 on this one. As far as the total goes, no opinion on the total on this one. Just the side. As Robert Allen says, Georgia playing hard lately. They definitely have been. They've been playing hard, most definitely. And guys, if you're new to our channel, if you are new to our YouTube channel, take 1 second out of your day. 1 second out of your day. Hit that subscribe button right down below. Subscribe, subscribe. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. That way you do not miss a beat. Hit that subscribe button. Tap that little bell right next to it. That way you get notified every single time we drop a video. Doesn't matter if it's a pre-recorded video like our daily free play or a live show like this. We go live 2 times a day. For everybody that doesn't know, we'll be live again at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 Pacific, 4 Central, 3 whatever Arizona calls their Arizona time here. There you go, Jeff, if you're still watching. Jeff in Iowa. But again, let's keep the game day breakdowns rolling. Let's keep the fun coming in. Going to keep the fun coming in, and no fun police here to stop us. No fun police here to stop us today. Alrighty. Can't wait to keep this one rolling. I can't wait for the afternoon show as well. You know, and you guys have a lot of choices out there. There's a lot of good programs to watch. A lot of not so good ones to watch. And it doesn't matter who you guys watch. Just appreciate the ones that do come. If you watch the live version or the archive, it's always appreciated. Edward says the best breakdowns 100%. Appreciate it. Robert Allen says best content you will find right here. Appreciate it. Who Dat Bob agrees with the above. Definitely appreciate the kind words. Amara says this is the best show by far. I appreciate it, guys. And I'm sure we'll keep growing the channel. Shane says, well, that's not true. The stash. The stash. You're welcome, William, for that breakdown. Hopefully that helps you in picking the right side. Alrighty. We're going to take a look at another one real quick. For you guys, we're going to take a look at another game. Give me 1 quick second. Let's get this one up and running. We're going to take a look at, I've heard a lot of people asking or talking about this one, Virginia at Miami, 9 p.m. Eastern time game. 9 p.m. Eastern time for this game, guys. $787-788 is the game number. Edward says Kyle should start selling on Cappers Nation, glue on mustaches to open up the portfolio. I love it. I love it. For March Madness, you guys are all going to have a stash. Whoever comes out for March Madness, we're going to have to get you a little stash. All right. 787-788. Virginia, a 2-point favorite. Where the line opened up at. There's a couple books that moved it to 2.5. Caesars Stations and Bovada Offshore all moved it to 2.5. Everywhere else is still at 2. Total opened up at 119.5, and it's dropping, folks. It's down to 118.5 on this one. Taking a look at this, guys. 21-7 for the Cavaliers from Virginia. Tony Bennett and his program in the ACC, they're 13-5, and they've been rolling as of late. All right, they had a little lackluster period from after the first week of January towards the third week of January. They definitely struggled where they had that losing 3 of 4 game stretch in conference play. Ever since then, they've been lights out, folks. They're riding, what, a 6-game win streak? They've won 9 out of their last 10 games, beating Wake Forest in overtime on the road, Florida State, Clemson, Notre Dame in overtime at home, North Carolina, Boston College, Pittsburgh, Virginia Tech, and most recently, shutting down Duke, beating them 52-50 on their home court on Saturday. Randy says, Kyle, why don't you and Kyle get together and put a 3-pick parlay tomorrow? That would put a lot of money in everybody's pockets. Just a request. I'm assuming you mean Chase. Oh, yeah, you did say you mean Chase. I'm sure it's possible. We'll see I mean, heck, it's hard enough to hit a 2-team parlay. We got to go for a 3. Fred Handy says, always fun with the live show. We appreciate that. Shane says, Virginia Moneyline is my play here. Edward says, no more parlays, guys. No more parlays. Maybe a teaser. You know, it's been a while since I put out one of my teasers. The teasers win. But anyways, back to Virginia. Their only loss in the last 10 games came against Louisville on February 8th, where they lost on the road 80-73. They're not playing at the John Paul Jones Arena today, guys. They are on the road where they've won 3 straight, beating North Carolina, Pittsburgh, and most recently Virginia Tech on the road. Other than that, they've won 4 out of their last 5. Actually, 5 out of their last 6 road games at Wake Forest and Georgia Tech. To the list of road wins, Miami, guys, 14-14 for the Hurricanes. And they're 6-12 in conference play. What are you doing for me now? They've lost 2 straight against Notre Dame and Georgia Tech. They've lost 5 out of their last 8 games, adding losses to Pittsburgh, NC State, and Florida State, with wins over Boston College, Wake Forest, and Virginia Tech. 2 of those were at home. The Virginia Tech was a 3 OT game that ended up being a win. Playing at the Watsco Center, guys, holds 7,972 fans. Home court advantage of 3.3 makes it the 103rd toughest place to play. You're going to give a point to a 1.5 advantage to the fact that they're playing at home. If this was a neutral site game, Virginia would probably be laying closer to 4. Taking a look at how both programs are playing. But first, Miami and their home court. They lost to NC State at home. They lost to Florida State in overtime at home. They lost to Duke. They didn't just lose to Duke. They got beat like 4 times by Duke in the same game. They lost a home game to start the year against Louisville. So they play a quality team. They get losses at home. They do have a win over Wake Forest, Boston College, Virginia Tech, and Pittsburgh at home. Lackluster, poor teams they beat at home. Quality programs they've been losing at home. All right. Take a look at both programs. First of all, pace of play is a huge difference. 17.9 seconds on average per possession for Miami. 21.1 seconds for Virginia. Virginia hitting 47.1% from the field. Very lackluster 3-ball at 31.4%. They convert just 47.4% of all their 2-point plays. They get all the time in the world to develop their shot, and they still are missing all of their shots. They're a 71% free throw shooting team. Offensive rebounds, low 26.5%. Turnover rate for Virginia, unorthodox and rare on the high side, 20.4%. Taking a look, guys, at the Hurricanes on offense, hitting 46.5% from the field. Even worse at the 3-ball at 28.2%. And unfortunately for them, they're probably not going to get much good looks today because Virginia's defense, and we're going to go over that, is number 1 in just about every category there is when it comes to conference play there in the ACC. Okay, Miami hitting 48.8% shooting as well. They are a quality free throw shooting team at 77.5%. However, when you flip the script and you start talking about defenses, we're not even going to talk about Miami's defense because it just absolutely sucks. Okay, their defense is absolutely horrible. They're 13th, dead last in their own conference. There's not much that they do good on defense. Matter of fact, there's nothing that they do good on defense. Okay. However, Virginia's defense, number 1 in the ACC at holding teams, number 1 overall, number 1 at holding teams to 43.2% shooting from the field, number 1 at holding teams to 28.8% shooting from out deep. It's the number 1 3-ball defending team in their conference, number 1 at defending the 2-ball as well at 43.3%, number 1 at limiting offensive rebounds. They're holding teams to only allowing them to create 23% offensive rebounds. And interesting enough, teams shoot horrible against them from the free throw line. Don't know what it is, but opposing teams are hitting 67% from the free throw line against Virginia. Interesting to see how Miami's 77.5% holds up against a team that's got opponents shooting only 67% from the free throw line. As far as this one goes, 2-foul participation. Miami in at 25.8% of the time. Huge advantage for Virginia in at 6.1% of the time. Height advantage, almost a full inch for Virginia. Virginia going to the bench for 23% of their available playing time by bench personnel. 31% Miami. 31% for Miami. As far as this one goes, as far as the total, I'm going to lean towards the under. You have two poor shooting teams and then a exceptional defense in Virginia, especially in conference play. So I do lean towards the under 118.5, and I would bet that one sooner than later because that one is dropping like a rock. As far as the side on this one goes, do have an official free play for you guys. It's actually going to be one of my personal plays. It's probably not that hard to tell which one it is based on the breakdown that we discussed right here if you guys were following along. But as far as this one, I'm taking Virginia, but I'm taking them on the money line minus $1.35. I honestly think minus 2.5 is a bargain, or excuse me, minus 2 is a bargain. However, here's my logic behind the money line. It's all about value. This is a value play. I like them on the money line. I think they cover 2. I think they cover 2. However, you're going to bet Virginia laying 2 minus $1.10. And I guess it would help if I could spell personal, right? There we go. Get that one fixed. So my logic behind this one. Hold on one second, folks. My logic behind this one is you're going to lay minus 2 minus $1.10. You have to win by 3. You have to win by 3 to get the victory. Bookmakers think this is going to be a 2-point game. Bookmakers think this is going to be a 2-point game. I think it's going to be a little bit higher than that. I think that they have no issues covering the 2. However, the value in the money line from laying 2 minus $1.10 to laying 25 cents juice more and being able to win by 1, taking them on the money line is where the value's at. So the free play, personal play, Virginia on the money line, minus $1.35 with the value. Jimmy O. Jenkins said, what up, Kay? Took a day on the chin yesterday. Let's get today, my brother. Absolutely. I took it on the chin, and I had to remove some stuff on the chin and the face due to my poor performance as well. So it was definitely tough all the way around. For everybody that doesn't know, real quick, buy 3 days of premium plays, get 3 days free. It's going on right now. Edward says you'll be happy about those 25 cents come the last few minutes. Probably, more than likely. More than likely. Buy 3 days of premium plays, get 3 days free, $99. Buy 3 days of my personal plays, get 3 days free, $99. Buy a month of premium plays. Get 2 months free. So you get 3 months for the price of 1 on sale for $9.99. Buy any 1-year package today and today only. They will double it and you'll get 2. So you get 2 full years. Makes your price per day extremely stupidly low. And the March Madness package, which you get 3 days of premium plays or 3 days of my personal plays included as a trial. UFC on Saturday, the NHL for the entire season, plus the March Madness tournament package with a minimum of 20 games with the 65% better guarantee, all for $219.99. So make sure you guys get on board, guys. I'm going to send out an email to everybody, let everybody know that we're doing the buy 3 days, get 3 days free today. Don't miss out. That's for today and today only. I'll ask if they'll do it tomorrow, but I don't know. And if you're already on board for my plays or premium plays and you want to renew early, you can renew early. They'll just tag it on to the end of your package right now. So let's just say you've got premium plays for the next couple days. Your new package won't actually start until your current one ends. We never steal time from anybody. All right, everybody always gets treated fairly here. Always get treated fairly here. So enjoy that free play, all those leans. We're going to be live again in less than 3 hours. If you missed the 6 leans, that's fine. Go back, watch the show, hit the rewind button. We're not going anywhere. Well, the show is, but we'll be back at 5 p.m. Eastern time, guys. 5 p.m. Eastern time, so set your alarms. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so right now. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. That way you don't miss a beat. Hit that subscribe button, and you'll be notified when we go live here at 5 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure you tap that little bell right next to it as well. That way you get notified every single time we put out content. You will be notified, okay? So with that being said, enjoy that free play, enjoy those leans, and hopefully I see all of you back here live at 5 p.m. Eastern time for more great breakdowns. We broke down the Villanova game, Fresno State Air Force game that starts in 44 minutes, the Dayton game, Georgia game, and the Virginia and Miami game, and we're going to do even more at 5 p.m. Eastern time. So we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. Hopefully we'll get through 7, 8, or 9, maybe even 10, because we won't have to deal with the Michael, whatever their names are again, because he's already gone. So enjoy that, guys. If you haven't already done so, hit that thumbs up button. Help us out. Get us trending on YouTube. And we'll see you guys all live in 2 hours and 45 minutes. Take it easy, guys. Enjoy your guys' afternoon. We'll see you guys all live in just a couple hours.